Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future guitar and music-related videos. So today we are talking about the Guitarfetish new heavy-duty dual-locking Floyd Trem system, brass and steel. So this is a tremolo that I personally think is very, very well built. I'll go ahead and show it to you. I actually have the guitar. I'm placing it into my lap. But here is the tremolo unit itself. Now, I was lucky enough where I was looking for this for a very, very long time. Specifically the chrome one. Because the guitar I have right here, this is a PV Predator Plus EXP. You've seen it before. Here's the locking nut and everything. Here's the back. It's only got the 2 springs in it. I've been looking for a replacement tremolo that doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Price-wise, I don't have a lot of money into this guitar. It already came with the Seymour Duncans. The only thing I did different was I changed the knobs out. One of these pots is now a CTS pot because it broke, and the tip of this is now metal. Electronic-wise, if I do anything, I'll just make the other pot a CTS pot. I'll upgrade the switch, and I'll upgrade the input jack, and we'll call it a day. But I'm probably going to leave it alone and just put this new tremolo unit into it. Now, I actually got very lucky. A very nice person from Reddit, I'm not going to mention their name because I don't know if they want their name mentioned or not, gave me this basically for free. They shipped it to me. I got it for free. It's basically brand new condition. There's a couple of things with it that might be a little bit of an issue, but I will kind of go over those. So, for starters, let's talk about we'll go with the complaints of it for starters. So this right here, this is what it's going to be pivoting on. This guy right here. The issue is, if I put down this, with a normal Floyd, you don't have that plate going across the entire thing. You just have the 2 pivot points, they're pressed into the wood, and you're good to go. So that's actually a plus because it'll stay in the wood better. The negative side is, if they don't line up, which I'm really hoping they do, I'm going to have to plug these holes and re-drill. So just keep in mind there is that possibility. My next semi-complaint is the screws. So these screws are significantly smaller than these screws. I don't know if you can tell the difference. If I hold them up side by side, there is a size difference. It shouldn't really matter too much. The plus side is these are flathead adjustable, whereas opposed to these are hex wrench adjustable, so that is actually more convenient. And so what comes in the box? So you get the tremolo unit, you get the arm, you get the brass block that's already pre-installed, you don't have to mess with it. You get a locking R3 nut. I only got 3 springs, but the picture shows 4 springs. You get all the screws you need as well. Moving on to the nut. The nut I like. This feels like a very solid nut, better than what I have. It's hardened steel by the feel of it. It is 2 hex wrench adjustables on the back, but if you have ones where it drops down from the front, it does have the divots, if you can see inside of it as well, in order for you to basically mount it to the top. Just use the old screws. The second complaint I have is, which isn't a major complaint, but I'm not sure how it's going to work, is the tremolo arm. So if you look at it, yeah, it's a thread. So it's not drop it in and screw it down. It's threaded in like a fender arm. I actually tried this on my Squire in the background, but this does not actually fit into a Squire. It is specific for this. However, the plus side is if you like the old tremolo arm better, you see that? That is a nut. So you can just unscrew this, plop the old one in there, and you are good to go. Problem solved. So this is very hefty. Let me just tell you that right now. This is very, very nice. If you can see there, see how all the intonation screws are sticking out? I believe those have been replaced with silver ones, because in the picture I'm looking here, I'll actually put a link to this down below too. It actually shows them as being black. So my guess is these intonation screws have actually been replaced. So what I plan on doing is, because see how they're sticking out, and if you look at the base plate, they actually were hitting the base plate in several spots. I'm probably going to take all of those out and replace them with the ones that are stock, because, you know, replacing it with a couple of stock screws isn't going to make that much a difference. I might leave it alone, might replace it, who knows. My third question is, because I looked into this, it's really kind of hard to see, but if you look under it, the brass block says BH on it, overlapping over a square. So why I say that's weird is because Guitarfetish has their own branded brass blocks, and they actually don't show a picture of the brand on this particular tremolo unit, which is very, very interesting because they have their own brass blocks. My guess is, because I looked into it, I actually found somebody asking what this tremolo was on the Seymour Duncan forums. It was from 2016, so I didn't really feel obligated to answer it. But my guess is that they are a metal factory for car parts. So they have the machinery to machine metal to whatever they want in order to basically, you know, be good to go. So by the looks of it, it's most likely a car manufacturer that makes this, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, because who knows what metal this is. You know, this is some sort of mystery, crappy metal. It feels like junk just touching it. I've already broken a few of these screws and had to replace them. This has the standard regular Floyd screws. It will fit a detuner if you want to put a detuner on this, but I think this is kind of just a hodgepodge of parts from different manufacturers, because you have the brass block on there from BH, the plate, which is solid steel. Keep in mind that, no mystery metal, solid steel like the real ones. It has this kind of funky design because usually this part is on both sides. But as you can see, it's not on this side, so they're probably saving a little bit of money with metal, just kind of cutting it like that. It shouldn't make a difference. The string tension is going to hold it on there anyway. But it looks very similar to, I've seen a Jackson do this, and I've also seen, I think it's like a PV Wolfgang do this as well. My tremolo that I have on this guitar right now does not actually do that, but that's what it looks like. The saddles, if you notice them, I don't know if you've ever had an Ibanez, they look very much so like an Ibanez guitar. The screw and tremolo arm, very much so Fender. So it's kind of like they took all of these different ideas, put them together into this great product. Now you're probably thinking, oh God, this is going to be like a $200 thing. Like, you know, your regular Floyd, you get a Floyd Rose right off the shelf, you're going to be looking at $200 for all the parts. However, this, with all the parts, with the brass block and the hardened steel, is around $80. This is the cheapest, highest quality one I have been able to find, which is why I wanted to buy one to see what it was like for myself. And let me tell you, this thing is heavy. Just this piece alone's got to probably weigh, I would say it's got to be at least a pound, maybe even a little over a pound. It's pretty hefty in the hand. I haven't taken this one out yet in my current guitar. Some of you might complain, oh, why is that brass block so small? And the reason is because if you look in the back, especially these import guitars, your Squiers, they have shallower, thinner bodies. So they purposely did that so that way it can fit all the import guitars. You know, you want to put it in something Mexican, American made, whatever, it's going to fit no matter what. It's your standard Floyd spacing, so if you just want to do what I'm doing and replacing this Floyd, theoretically, everything should just drop in and you should be good to go. Spring-wise and the tremolo claw, sorry, I should say the back claw, I'm probably going to leave this one in here, I'll be honest, because it's already soldered up. I don't really want to mess with it, and the one that I got with it, the one that comes with it, looks like the exact same thing to me. Feels like the exact same material, nothing special there. I mean, if you want to go buy a brass or titanium one, you are more than welcome to. But keep in mind, the springs are going to basically be your basic springs, nothing fancy there. And the back plate isn't going to be anything fancy there too. I only got 3 springs. This does supposedly come with 4. As I said, got it used. Got it for free, basically. So I am not going to complain one bit. Plus, I have the original screws from this guy, so shouldn't be an issue. The nut fits all your standard Fender Strat style guitars. You know, goes like this. Should be the same depth as this nut, just chrome. What you might want to do, though, if you're just putting in the Floyd brand new, you're not doing Floyd to Floyd. If it is something like this, they recommend buying the bar here. So basically just the little compression bar, or whatever, brake bar I think is called, for the strings. They highly recommend buying one of those, but if it's already on your guitar, no need to replace it, just leave it alone. So basically what I've seen so far, and just kind of getting a hold of it, putting my hands on it, comparing it to the special, comparing it to the licensed Floyd Rose that is currently in my guitar, I would say this is more than a reasonable upgrade. A Floyd Rose Special, price-wise, is right around the same price point. You know, you get an original Floyd Rose, you're looking at like $150, $200 price point. So I would say if you have a cheaper guitar, have a crap Floyd Rose in it currently, definitely worth the upgrade. Even if you have a Floyd Rose Special, if you're looking to upgrade, don't want to spend too much money, highly recommend it. You know, you get the brass block, you get the hardened steel. Based on what I'm seeing, you can't really go wrong. This is probably going to be a two-part video, so keep that in mind. I'll get a demo for you guys at some point as well, guys, gals, people, whatever your preferred pronouns are. And I will do kind of a comparison, like a before and after I get the new Floyd Rose in it, the Guitarfetish Floyd Rose. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.